Hello everybody. In this video I will simply highlight some of the sections in your syllabus. As you can see, at the moment you're looking at the syllabus page inside of your Canvas site. It says Accounting 1B online. Everything is online. It's a 5-unit class, which means that you're going to be carving out of your calendar, out of your schedule, at least 25 hours per week. Again, I said it's double time. Normally, it's approximately 15 hours per week of work between class and your work and your assessments. Normally, it's about 15 hours per week in a normal quarter, meaning that in this quarter, which is actually double time because it's only 6 weeks, we double that. So it's approximately 30 hours ideally. Now, I know there's some efficiencies that you can reach by having everything compressed. So I'm assuming probably we can say safely that about 25 hours per week is about enough to cover most of the work that you'll be doing in this class per week. Now, having said that, let me move on. As you notice also that there's a email address you can use, but now keep in mind that this is actually just to give you a way to contact me in case you're not able to get into Canvas. Canvas has already an inbox over here on the left side. That's the way we're going to be doing our communication privately between you and me. Don't use email. Email is going to get lost. You will not get responses, and there will be issues. So please, and every time I say this, I make such an emphasis, but people normally just don't. Well, not everybody. Just a very few don't seem to remember that, and they still email me. And sometimes, seldom, but sometimes. Their emails do get lost. Okay, so use inbox, please. If you happen to have this, no, let me keep I was going to say something else, but let's keep moving. The course description here tells you, what the class is about. It's a continuation of what you did in Accounting 1A, so that's why there's a prerequisite of 1A here. Then this class is also eligible for UC and CSU systems transfer. Some learning outcomes that are required to be posted on your syllabus. Here's the course outline, the topics for this class. Again, we start with chapter 10 and we finish with chapter 17. Now, I have these out of sequence because at times I do assign a project that mostly is reliant on having gone through 17 already. But in this case, probably it's not going to be the case. I think we're going to actually have to reverse that from this sequence, but anyway, it's the same topics. You see that in the calendar. Here are some other courses in the accounting program, just for your reference. Now let's talk a little bit about your tool that goes along with your book. You bought this book. Normally, you will buy it initially when you take Accounting 1A at Foothill, but if you haven't taken Accounting 1A at Foothill in the past, and then you need to buy the book here at this point. And the book includes and is bundled with something called My Accounting Lab or My Lab. And so I also call it MAL. So either way, you're going to be registering into the class. Now what you do in terms of registering, and again I might come back with another video, actually have to go back to this link on the left side and then follow the process there. Now, again, I will have a different video for this. But once you do that, you'll be able to then, through that process, buy the book. Now, don't get confused about this. There's actually a few options here to consider for your textbook. Option A is the main one. This is what you do that through the college's website. It has the book itself printed and also in text format within My Lab, and obviously you also get access to My Lab, so you have both access and the book at the bookstore. Now you can do this online. Just go to the bookstore's web page, and you can actually do that there. You can do that bookstore link. I don't see it here. I think I have it someplace. I'll actually put it here at some point in the next few minutes. I'll put it here right here. Okay, once I get this done. And or you can just go to the college website and you can find the bookstore there, the link to the bookstore. Now, again, that's about 142 bucks, more or less. And if you happen for any other reason, you want to have a different option for this, then you have another option B and another option C. You have two more options, but it comes with a trade-off. Make sure you understand this. These options are only available to you when you register through the link up here through this website, through the Canvas site. Okay, so once you're doing that, we have an option at some point in the process to choose either B or C. And that means the following. For option B, you're going to be getting access and the e-text only. There's no printed text. Keep that in mind. Option C is only the access code. There's no text at all, but you are required to have the text. Sometimes people get a textbook from a friend and they don't want to buy the whole thing again, so they only need the access code. So that's when you buy these things, all these other options in that case. There's also, just in case, as you know, as you might know, there's a this is the window that you will see in the process. When you have an access code, you can just go to this button there, and if you need to buy options B or C, you can just buy them through these two buttons. Now, there's also a 14-day option here, meaning that you have a 14-day free option, which allows you to go into my lab sections and start doing work before you actually pay for the tool. That you will have 14 days to upgrade from that point on, so that gives you some window of time to get the money if that's what you need. So you won't have a reason to lose on getting any of the work done. You can do this immediately. One last thing I want to say here is that normally when you have my lab, and this might be the case in classes you've taken in the past, you would have needed both the access code and something called a course ID or a course key for the actual section. And since we have this course is linked automatically with already a my lab section, I made that link already. You don't need this ID any longer. You just need the access code in the initial registration process. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Here's a section where it describes how to communicate. You know, announcements is a one-way communication method, which means me sending out announcements to you as a class. Email, again, use inbox. This is for private communications between you and me. And you can also even do inbox between you and your classmates if you wish. There are discussion forums inside of each of the modules. Some of them are content or chapter related. Some of them are administrative. So if you have questions about the class, about how, grades and things like that in general that are public, then you can actually use those discussion forums under the module 0. You'll see a virtual office hour discussion thread. Turnaround, I will actually, normally I turn around within a few hours, but the policy officially is between 24 and 48 hours. So keep that in mind. That is the policy. Now, I do get back to people much faster than that. Keep that in mind. There's no official work over the weekends. Notice that the class runs from Monday through Friday with a Friday at noon cutoff, meaning that anything that flows into the late evening on Fridays and also into the weekends, officially I won't be able to help with that or respond to any of that. Now, there is a unofficial set of deadlines that I should say unofficial. There's an extension of the deadlines into the weekend because people generally have more time to do the work on the weekends. So during the week, you can actually use the week to do the work, do the reading, do the homework, ask questions of me, ask questions that your classmates can respond to as well. And so the work is done through the weeks. But I didn't want to set the dates for your deadlines on Friday. Most people don't have that initiative to do the work by Friday, so I extended the deadlines to approximately Sunday in most cases. There are some deadlines in the middle of the week as well. So keep in mind that you need to review the calendar on an ongoing basis every week, which is the reason I ask for daily logins throughout the quarter. There's a few other things here that will explain some of the assignments. There's some quizzes that I refer to as reading checks. There's some assigned homework, and there's some exams. There's also class attendance, that means logins, and also class participation postings, and as you'll see in here in a second, right there. Here's your graded components. You've got 6 logins required, hopefully much more than that on a weekly basis. That's 4 points of your grade, both the logins and the participation postings. There are 8 quizzes or reading checks. 6 of them count, 2 are dropped. So 6 times 2 is 12 points of your grade comes from the quizzes. 6 of 7 homeworks, that means 6 times 4, 24 points comes from the homework. 2 midterm exams, 15 points each, 30 points total, and then the final exam is 30 points as well, so 100 points total. That's your grading. Here's the standard scale. We know that already, so please review that. And finally, there's also some policies that you need to follow. Please make sure that you understand there's no makeups, have a good internet connection, have the tools ready. Also, if you're going to drop anything for maybe the low score drops, use them strategically when you get sick, when you have some issues with your computer, and so on and so on. So make sure you read these policies carefully. Withdrawal deadlines, very important. You can withdraw, I think it's at the end of the first week without a W, and you can withdraw from the class, I think it's at the end of week 4. Check the college website for more specific deadlines on that, but it is up to you to drop and up to you to withdraw. And if you don't withdraw by the 75th% of the class, which again is probably around the end of the 4th week, beginning of the 5th week, then you won't be able to drop the class, and you will earn whatever grade it's there. Because I'm not allowed to drop anybody, or you're not allowed to drop yourself after that time. So make sure that you understand that. There's actually other resources you can actually use. There's some tutorial sessions you can actually take advantage of on campus. There will be some people, at least one tutor online as well. More about that later. Some other resources, but let me just finish very quickly with the class calendar. The class calendar is organized by week, so week 1, week 2, and so on. The first date here, it refers to the Monday of that week. So the first week, for example, it would be, our first Monday would be May 22nd. We do these things. This is what we cover for that week, chapter 10 and orientation. And here are the deadlines that you see for each of these items. And so that's how you keep track of your work. Notice that for each of the deliverables in MAL, I have a title here, RC, meaning reading check or quiz, chapter 10, homework 10 also. Now that's based on your textbook content for pages 560 to 578 in terms of chapter 10, and here are the specific homework items that you'll be reviewing in the module. I have some answer keys in the module that you can actually use to review how the authors and myself have actually solved those problems. So once you do that, you're able to take that learning and go into MAL. There will be a page inside of each module that takes you directly to the MAL page to take that homework, and you'll be fed some of these same problems with different numbers inside of MAL. And there's also a CP posting. Again, here's the date for that. You'll see that again inside of your module. Every week is set up the same way. Chapter 11 and 12 will be in week 2. Midterm exam will be at the end of week 2. Here's the other 3 chapters in weeks 3, 4, and 5. Here is the second midterm exam, which will be the end of week 5, and then at the end you have final exam at the end of week 6. Make sure you're able to make these dates. There's no flexibility for the most part. Most of these tests will be actually open a couple of days for you to take them. Okay, so there's a little bit of flexibility in that, but definitely the due dates are there. Enjoy. Take care. Bye bye.